I'm often thinking about ways that we can be better as parents and just sort of give the kids what we need. And do a lot of study, a lot of research, a lot of talking to people, find out, what are the great ways of enabling kids, of building their self-esteem, of building their respect for other people. But one of the big problems that parents have is that they quite often are not in a good space themselves to be able to pass on those positive messages. Because we're tired and we're stressed and we're frustrated and we're in a rush or, whatever bills are coming. And so a lot of it's about, kind of looking after you, looking after yourself and making sure that when the time comes that you get to have a conversation with your kid, that you're in a good place to do that. So it's all about little life cheats. And the only reason this kind of popped into my head today was I was, driving to work and traffic was heavy and I stopped and I looked up. I was probably a little bit tight for time. It's unusual for me, but I was. And I stopped and I looked up and I was just like, bit of blue sky, some cloud, a few birds, flock of birds were flying through, and all of a sudden, in like literally a second, 2 seconds, I could feel like that sense of tension of just, traffic and late for work and whatever. It all just kind of dropped away. Heartbeat come down, breathing regulated, and I was back in my zone. And wow, how easy was that? I didn't do anything. I wasn't trying hard to be calm. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't a struggle. It just happened. And I think knowing, when somebody says to me when I'm stressing, oh, just stop for a second. Like, I can't stop, I'm busy. Just take a deep breath. Well, I don't want to take a deep breath. I'm in a bad mood, It's like we really fight against actually being okay. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm sure other people do too. So, yeah, sometimes just letting it kind of happen and knowing what works for you. If it's looking up at the sky, a great one for me. I mean, I do love it, and I certainly don't do it nearly enough. And, breathe in, taking time out, looking out the window if you're, working inside, or just that, whatever it is that works for you. It can be a big thing, can be a big go for a walk down by the lake or whatever. Or it can be a little tiny thing like just stop and look at the sky when you're in traffic. So, yeah, get yourself in a good space before you bring that stress, hurry, go now, angst to conversations with your kids. Thanks for listening.